The University of Utah really cares about the safety of our community, and President Pershing wanted to appoint a task force to have us look at the issue of safety broadly. We're very excited about the work that we've done, the things that we found out. One of the things we found out is that there's already a great deal being done to look at campus safety in a broad way, but there's not enough communication or coordination of those activities. So one of the efforts of the task force was to pull all of that information together. We feel the task force did an excellent job of really looking at campus safety broadly. We've made some strong recommendations to the President, which have been accepted. We're very excited to report those to the Board of Trustees. Clearly, addressing sexual assault prevention and awareness is a high priority for the university. It's an issue on every campus in America. We are no different from that. Even though we feel that we have a very safe campus, we are very, very concerned that our campus community feels safe and feel as though if something happens to them that they will have an adequate response. We'll have the support services available that they need for counseling and ongoing support. We've added resources as a result of this task force recommendation to accomplish just that. And I want our campus community to understand that President Pershing and his entire leadership team see safety and sexual assault prevention and awareness as a high, high priority.
The task force was created by President Pershing in December of 2016. And in his charge to the committee, he referenced specific incidents that had happened across the country on several campuses since the 2016 election involving microaggressions, hate crimes, and also there was an allegation of rape here at the university in October, which was later found to be unsubstantiated, but had resulted in fear and concern in several conversations on campus about campus safety. So President Pershing wanted to be proactive in making sure that the campus community understood how important safety is to him and to his key leadership team, and to appoint this task force. So he appointed a broad coalition of members, 21 members of the campus community, and many of these individuals represent offices or other constituencies that are involved in physical safety and sexual assault across campus. He asked us to look at 4 areas. First, prevention. What would be the best way to address prevention on campus? Second, he asked us to look at the personnel that we have available on campus, and are we adequately staffed to deal with issues that may come up to support sexual assault survivors and other issues of campus safety. He also asked us to look at training and whether we were adequately training our campus community on these important issues. And finally, he asked us to look at issues of physical safety and the structure that we have on campus in terms of lighting and other issues to ensure that we're doing all that we can to promote a safe campus. Our committee met several times over this spring semester to work quickly and very hard to get recommendations to the President in time for this budget cycle. It was important for us to get funding in place so that we would have a strong start for this next fall semester. And we were so pleased with the work that this committee did. It was a great group of a cross-section of campus, and they worked very hard. We had subcommittees that worked on each of the 4 areas that President Pershing assigned to us, with chairs that did a terrific job, and we're very proud of the work that they did and are very grateful for all the time that they spent on this.
The highest priority for the task force was to create a website that would be located on the homepage of the University of Utah, which would be a comprehensive place for anyone interested in safety issues to go. And we thought that was a very high priority. And the second piece of that is a 1-year awareness campaign that drives people to the website so that they know that they have a comprehensive place to go to get information. One of the things that we learned, which was interesting to us, is how important a website is, that many prospective students and their families, that's the first thing they want to know. Where are you putting out resources, and where can we go to look for where our students, our families can get support if they have concerns about safety? So we think the website presence is going to be really critical. We also looked at staffing. Michelle mentioned, do we have appropriate staff for prevention, but also for support? So some of the new positions that will be funded are a new sexual assault advocate in the Center for Student Wellness, some case management support in the Dean of Students Office for conduct so that we can very aggressively look at cases when charges are filed, support in that area. We also have taken a very important position in the Women's Resource Center and moved it to full-time counselor for victims of sexual assault, which is a very high priority for our campus. We've also added additional resources for campus lighting, another very high priority for the task force. So we think we've taken a comprehensive look at safety on campus and created some very specific measures that we can implement immediately. We also looked at the issue of training and whether or not we should be requiring training, and what we've decided is that we will require training starting in the fall of 2018 at the latest for all students on campus, and we're going to recommend that all faculty also receive training and staff, but we're going to require that for faculty and staff when they are first hired. We hope that departments will get on board and be a part of this as a community effort. We believe that training is very important to improve safety on campus. President Pershing really wanted us to take a comprehensive review of safety on campus, including sexual assault. And we know that issues of safety in general will impact the incidence of sexual assault and the prevention of sexual assault. We want this to feel like a safe campus. We believe we have a very safe campus, but we wanted to take immediate measures to look broadly at the issue with an emphasis on sexual assault at the same time. I believe we've been able to accomplish both.
So we made significant efforts to try to get as much input as we could from the campus community as a whole. We held 7 listening sessions. We held them here on main campus at various times to accommodate people's schedules. We also held them in health sciences. We held a specific listening sessions with the Greek community, the Greek life community, and also in housing and residential living. So we tried to go to people and get as much input as we could. We also were very concerned with student input. We were sure to include, President Pershing was sure to include 3 students on our committee, 2 student leaders and another student who is a scholar and an advocate in the sexual assault area. And we felt like their input was very important for our process. We also met with students and different people individually. For one example, we had a group of students who'd been doing work on these sexual assault issues. They met with us and they shared their concerns, and they specifically asked for additional funding in the Women's Resource Center, and their input was really important to us in requesting that funding.
We really see this as just a first step in promoting a more safe campus community. And so we'll be convening groups across the summer and into the fall. Michelle and I will continue to take some leadership role, but we see many others stepping forward to provide a safe campus culture and to work with us on these important issues. One of those recommendations could be that we look more carefully at sexual assault, and I'm sure that that will be part of our consideration. We know that it's really critical for us to work with community partners in this work, and we intend to do that fully. We have a lot of great individuals out in the Salt Lake community as well as on our campus, and we know we can build better partnerships in working with them.
One thing that Barb mentioned is the creation of this website. Having a centralized, comprehensive website, we feel like is a big step in making a lasting impact in this area. As Barb mentioned, one thing that we realized is that we're doing so much on campus, but it's not as accessible as it needs to be. And having this website will be a place where people can go to understand what's acceptable on campus, how to file a complaint, what resources are available, the training that's available, and we really feel like this will make a long-term impact. We're also very happy at the recommendation regarding training for all students and for newly hired faculty and staff. And we feel like that training will really help us to promote a very healthy campus climate. And again, we're also very committed to working with our campus community partners and making long-term commitments with them. And we understand that all of these are initial steps. This will be an ongoing process, and the university is very committed to this process.